Get the upper hand on your competition with SCUF controllers. Use code OGXRAYZ to get 5% off your entire order. Yo guys, what's up, it's Xers. Welcome back to another Call of Duty World War II video. Now, in today's video, I actually wanted to talk about some of the negatives of Call of Duty World War II. Actually, I've been enjoying this game a lot, but I'm seeing a lot of anger and negativity, and I kind of wanted to address some of those things that aren't so great about Call of Duty World War II. So hopefully you guys do go on to enjoy the video. Comment down below what is something you don't like about Call of Duty World War II. Now, don't leave it as a hateful comment. Leave it as constructive criticism so that Sledgehammer Games, if they do end up seeing this video, they're able to address some of these issues. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. If you guys do gotta enjoy it, drop a like. If you are new to the channel and you want to see more content like this, obviously make sure you guys do subscribe. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this. The Call of Duty World War II to me has been a very, very fun experience so far. It's probably the first time in a long time that I've actually sunk this much time into a game, prestige as much as I have, which I don't really prestige much, which is kind of goes to show you how much I'm enjoying the game. But it's not without flaws. It definitely has a ton of different issues. And some of them aren't really so much issues as it is just pretty much lack of content. And that's pretty much probably the biggest thing with me, the biggest gripe at the moment, which is going to be the amount of maps that this game launched with. When I heard it before the game was actually out that there was only going to be 9 maps in the game, I went into denial mode. I was like, no, there's no way there's going to be 9 maps. There's going to be at least 10, 13, and this was not including the war maps because I don't really consider these multiplayer maps. They're not maps you can play with any mode. They're just specifically tailored towards one mode, which is a fun mode. I'll give them that. I play war mode all the time. It's probably my most played mode. But it definitely is not its own map. I can't play other modes on it. And so I don't consider it as part of the maps, and that's why I say there's only 9 multiplayer maps. But when I did hear that there was only 9, I was pretty shocked, and I said there was no way. I thought it was going to be a day 1 update. I thought we were going to get more maps. I thought maybe they were just holding back some of the content to prevent the leakers, which if they weren't able to prevent leaks on zombies, then, you know, what made me think that they were going to have more than 9 maps? But to me, that's one of the biggest things. Definitely having only 9 maps has made this game feel really scarce, really feel kind of empty at times. You're playing the same maps over and over. You're playing the same 2 angry maps all the time, Gustav Cannon and USS Texas, which are not terrible maps. I definitely can have fun on the maps, but only when I'm playing to have fun and not when I'm trying to be serious. And if I'm actually trying to win a match, or I'm trying to complete an objective or do an order or just complete any kind of challenge, it's pretty frustrating. And if I'm just kind of screwing around having fun, then it's really an okay map. But again, so now you're down from 9 maps down to 7 because 2 of them are not really loved by the community. After that, we've had a ton of other glitches. So the first one was just the amount of scarce that we have when it comes to content. We didn't really have that many multiplayer maps. We didn't really have a lot of modes, even though we did get a new one in war. And then on top of that, now we do have a lot of inconsistencies and issues that we had throughout the first couple of weeks. We had issues where you couldn't end matches without them disconnecting them, which is incredibly annoying to me because I like completing orders and I couldn't do it. I would win matches and they wouldn't count. You would win matches and you would have stats reset, like your level be reset. That was kind of crazy. People were not earning supply drops. People had a glitch in the headquarters that I experienced personally where you weren't able to pick up orders anymore. They switched us from a public headquarters with 48 people to private ones because they needed to work on the servers because they were incredibly unstable. Now, these are all issues that I could forgive, and these are all issues that didn't really bother me at the end of the day because, again, I'm still having a ton of fun with this game, but it definitely hindered the experience for a lot of people, and I think that really soured them on this game because I always constantly see people leaving hateful and angry comments when it comes to Call of Duty World War II, and even though a lot of these issues have been addressed, I haven't been disconnected for matches. I don't remember the last time that I had a host migration because now we do have dedicated servers coming right back across the region. I saw people complaining about headquarters, which they went back to private. I don't know why they did that. That was kind of strange, but maybe they needed to work on something. But a lot of these issues have been resolved, but people keep pointing to them and talking about them like they're still pretty new. And it probably is just because it really soured their experience. So it hasn't really been the most stable game, and at times very frustrating to people. The core game is fun. The core game is great. I was talking to someone on Twitter today by the name of AK who he mentioned, he was like, yo, this game sucks. And I was like, yeah, it sucks, it's a good game. And then he was like, no, I meant to say the game, the core element of what this game is incredibly fun, but it's incredibly frustrating. And I think we can all agree that it has been kind of frustrating leading up to this. I think at the moment it's actually pretty okay. I think the number of people being affected by error codes is pretty low, but we do still have people who are glitching on maps and hiding in rocks, which is not that awesome. We have people who are XP farming on war mode, so now war mode feels like it's pretty broken, because there's a lot of people who run to the back of the map and start destroying and building stuff instead of playing because they're trying to get their XP up, which leads to the next one, which was the XP earn rate is incredibly slow, like the default one that they actually were intending to put in the game, which is kind of funny that they also put in double XP by accident. But on top of that, you had just the XP rate that they were intending to put in from the beginning, which was that the double XP is incredibly slow, which kind of made me second guess, actually, honestly, going in and prestiging, because I knew how slow you leveled up, but that's just the way that it is. So there has been a ton of issues, but if I had to rate this game at the moment right now, and this is just multiplayer specifically, the campaign I haven't done, the zombies I have played, but I haven't really put enough time into it for me to give like a review on that. Maybe I'll do that in the future, but from what I've seen so far in zombies, it looks pretty cool, but I want to get more detail and info on there before I make an actual opinion. As for the multiplayer itself, how does it stack up to previous Call of Duties? When it works great and you're not having issues and the game runs when intended, I think that this game is in my top 5. I honestly do have it in my top 5. Maybe you guys think I'm crazy, maybe you guys haven't had the awesome experience I have had. I have only really been affected by one thing, honestly, which was the being disconnected by matches, which got fixed, and then the issue that I had where I couldn't pick up orders, which was a pretty big one for me that I got very frustrated with, but that was fixed. So if you guys haven't had an experience like me, then I'm really sorry, because the experience I've had apart from those issues has been amazing. And so to me, when the game is running perfectly and it's running the way it's intended to be, even when we had the populated HQs, that was so much fun. This is honestly one of my top 5s, and I would probably give it like a 9 out of 10. But taking into account the amount of issues that they had, and taking into account the lack of content, I would have to say it's more of a 7.5 to an 8 at the moment if you're experiencing those issues. And if you haven't really experienced those issues, I still think that it's more of an 8.5 and 8 because of the lack of content, which I really hope that they have soon. But anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching. I'm still having a ton of fun. It's still my top 5. But it's definitely severely lacking. I'm very excited for the DLC, for the possibility, more modes coming, more content coming. We still haven't seen the paint shop that they have. We haven't seen ability to create your own paint shops and upload those. So there's a ton of stuff that's coming that just has not been implemented, and I'm really excited for that, especially the modes that are going to be coming. Hopefully a Battle Royale mode, the second half of this game. But I think that at the end of the day, when all is said and done, and this game is over and it's done and it's complete, when we're waiting for Treyarch to release their game, I think we're going to look back at this game and say that it was a really, really fun and awesome game. But it's lacking content, and it definitely was not as stable to begin with, but it's still a very fun game, and it's a game that I'm enjoying and playing consistently and a lot. But anyway, so hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Let me know what you guys have had, your experience so far with Call of Duty World War II. Are you enjoying it? Are you not enjoying it? Have you had a ton of issues? Have you had no issues? I'd say that probably 95% of my experience has been absolutely great, but I'm not really sure how many of you guys have had a 95% like not dealing with issues, and the most you dealt with was maybe just, you know, headquarters being buggy, or maybe just being disconnected from matches, because I know there's a ton of people who are affected by losing supply drops, not earning supply drops, losing supply drops where you would open them and not have issues. I had one of those happen. Or having issues with glitches. There's a ton of modders on PC. So again, this all depends on a person-to-person experience, but when you have a good experience, I think this game is amazing. When you're having a bad experience, it's definitely not that great. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Let me know your comments, your thoughts down below. Let me know what you guys have been frustrated with, or things you didn't enjoy that you think that can be fixed, and how you would suggest you fix them. I think that'd be another really awesome thing to do. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. I'll see you guys in the next upload. Drop a like on this video if it was helpful, if it was informative. And if you guys are new to the channel, if you want to see even more content like this, obviously make sure you guys do subscribe and you turn on notifications by hitting that little bell icon down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's a late upload, but I do appreciate all the support. And if you guys want to keep talking about this or any issue, Twitter is the best place to do so. Link to that in the description below. Go ahead and follow me as well if you want. And I do have a second channel, a gaming channel, but I'll leave that aside down below as well if you want to. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.